Howdy, folks, and welcome back to Frieren. Today we're going to be watching Season 1, Episode 12, which is titled A Real Hero, which I have to assume that potentially we're going to get more Himmel and Frieren flashbacks. I know, hot take, right? An episode about a hero and we're going to get some Himmel. It could be about maybe Frieren more stepping into the role of hero on this journey and kind of learning what that means, or we could just get really emotional flashback stuff between the two of them. It's been a minute since we've got Frieren and Himmel stuff, given that the last episode, the flashback was mostly centered on Heiter with Frieren, and the episode before that being mostly Flamma. A little bit of Himmel thrown in there, in that when Himmel said to Frieren the same thing Frieren said to Flamma back 1,000 years ago, "You're an exceedingly powerful mage." Well, how can you tell? Just a feeling, I guess. But hey, I'm always down for more Himmel. Always down for more Frieren development. And I try not to do this, but after the guillotine arc, I went to IMDb and I looked up the ratings for some of these episodes just to kind of see, now that I'm 10 episodes in, especially with how good the Aura the Guillotine stuff was, I just kind of wanted to see some of like the ratings and kind of how my perception of the series compares with that of, IMDb not being the 100% most reliable, but it is a somewhat reliable source. I'm sure if you go and look at the Owl House, you'll see, the episodes that were kind of notoriously the bad ones are probably the lowest rated ones. But I will say that there was a big drop off between episodes 10 and 11. I had a great time watching last time, so, maybe those ratings don't mean much, but I said all that to say that I did notice that the episode 12 ratings were very, very high as well. Pretty much comparable to episode 10. So I don't know what I'm in for today, but it's probably going to be a wild ride. Probably very emotional. Who knows? I don't. We're going to find out what it means to be a real hero, I guess. Let's scooch over here as I do the heroic thing by thanking you for watching me watch this thing. Hey, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You too can be a real hero by subscribing to my channel, so you see when more of these reactions come out, as well as leaving a like and leaving a comment. Real heroes do those as well. And this one's totally optional, as I always like to say. Glad that you're just here watching on YouTube, but if you do want to see this or any other Frieren reaction, uncut, unedited, the next one a little bit early, there's a link to the Patreon down in the description below. Like I said, 100% optional, but a great way to support the channel nonetheless. Let's get to it. Frieren, Season 1, Episode 12, A Real Hero. Starting up in 3, 2, 1, go. And now that we're starting with the OP, I'm struggling to think of some kind of a story to say. I feel like it has been a minute since we've actually started with the actual OP. But regardless, tea for tonight is peppermint. So as always, if you're drinking something while watching this, what are you drinking? I was just editing a Vox Machina earlier today, and I noticed that at this point where I always say, if you're drinking something, what are you drinking? I said, if you're drinking anything, what are you watching? It's like, you idiot. I'm watching a Tallman reaction. 29 years after the death of Himmel the Hero. So we have, I know we spent some of the winter there, but at the very least for the series, we've spent enough time to progress the count a year. Well, there she goes. Real heroes sleep when they want, where they want. Aw. Maybe Stark's gonna learn what it's like to be a true hero today. Let me give her uppies. Damn. Well, 10 copper coins and you're lucky to have left with your lives, from what I understand. Okay, so literally side questing, just like I've said in the past, right? Just like an RPG, right? Okay, Gilgamesh. Aw. Yeah. Damn. No relation. Okay. Becoming a hero out of spite. I love it. Oh shit, is that what this is gonna be? Oh, tell me about it. That's what this whole show has been. Damn. Got him. Once again, no relation. Damn. I wonder if she was actually dreaming. Yeah, she was dreaming that. I was gonna say if that was supposed to be her dream or just showing us something because of where we're gonna be going, right? No, Frieren wants uppies. Damn, man, that's what Stark said to her too. Uppies! Uppies! Fern's just like, carry the both of us then. I'll carry Frieren, you carry me carrying Frieren. Damn. It's quaint looking. Okay. Oh, that's the chief. Okay. Also, she is cold as fuck. There we go. Village of the Sword, right? It's an old hunting cabin. We hunted it. Stupid. Is this for the... Okay, yeah. Until a certain hero came by 80 years ago. And once again, bringing back the goddess. I mentioned last time that we had never... Oh wow, it's literally like Excalibur. It's like a sword in the stone kind of thing. Oh wow. So I wonder if it returned back to the stone. Or if Himmel was... that was the sword he was buried with. You weren't even alive. I mean... Okay, I was gonna say... I'm assuming a city where such good is concentrated, you would get a lot of concentration of monsters. Because we were waiting for Frieren. Yeah, so nobody comes here anymore. Because it's because the legend is done, right? So no heroes come anymore. That's really interesting. Literally like a supply and demand kind of thing. Unless we head in there and the sword is just there for some reason. Oh, that's a big one. His old track. Okay. Damn, put some respect on it. Well, there we go. This show has spoiled me so much that like a cool action fight like this, I'm just kind of like, yeah, all right, whatever. Next, get to the good shit. Get to the emotional talking shit. Make me cry. Oh. Okay. So that is... It's kind of like what I said before, but then I kind of thought, no. If Himmel pulled the sword, Himmel would probably still have it. Though I guess that would kind of go against Himmel's nature to, I guess, as he grew older, he knew that there would need to be another hero eventually. Therefore, why would I be buried with it? I can't take it with me. Bury the sword, or bring the sword back, right? Oh, we're going to get him as an old man venturing back up here, right? They did say she was supposed to return in 50 years, right? But Himmel was probably here and he said, Frieren will return someday. She might need use of it. See, like I said, get me to the good shit. Like, get all this action, get all this well-animated action out of my face. Unless it's a multi-episode arc, I don't want it. I want people talking to each other with no action happening whatsoever. The series has broken my brain. I can't do good action anymore. I just need the emotional bits is all. There's more to this story. Okay.
今回の勇者も本物ではありませんでしたか。
Interesting. This I didn't see coming.
いいじゃないか、偽物の勇者で。僕は魔王を倒して世界の平和を取り戻す。そうすれば偽物だろうが本
I
物
just
だろう
got
が
chills
関係
going
ない。
down my spine. Like, not disappointed at all. Wow.
あんな剣がなくたって世界を救ってみせた本物の勇者だよ。
ではなぜその事実を隠しているのですか。
Because everyone loves a good story, right? Wow, and it kind of goes back to some of the stuff I was saying in an earlier episode, too. About how I thought the village was going to have all the details wrong. And now that's literally what's happened here. But more for honor instead of just ignorance. Stark just had his whole world rocked. Is he going to go for it? I'm sure that'll make sense for later.
くれると信じていました。マジ感謝。
I'm hella grateful. My grandma taught me to swear.
じゃあ宿に荷物置いたら夜まで自由
Interesting. I thought someone was going to give it a try, but once again, just not that kind of series. That's really interesting.
一緒にお店とか見て回りますか。
私はいいや。
そうですか。じゃあ私一人で。
あ、そうだ。今日はシュタルクの18歳の誕生日だから。
You go shopping for him.
なんでそういうこと事前に教えてくれないんですか。私何も準備していませんよ。
Neither did I.
シュタルク様の欲しいものがわかりませ
Well,
ん。
you would if you talked to him ever. What the fuck, Frieren?
フリーレン様のせいなんですけど。ちなみにフリーレン様は何をプレゼントするつもりなんですか。
That is... Oh, she's
とっておきだよ。
very excited for this. That's like the most pep I've ever seen Frieren have.
服だけ溶かす薬。男ってのはね、こういうの渡しておけば喜ぶんだよ。って先生が言ってた。
What the fuck? This is stupid.
何？フェルンも興味ある？
Is this why this episode was so highly rated on IMDb?
フリーレン様なんて知りません。
この薬、貴重だったのに。
I was gonna say Fern's already seen it. Well, not that.
これがあったか。
Frieren's like, damn it, now I have to go shopping for more clothes. Oh.
出かけているのかな。
He's like, I prefer to do my own shopping for my birthday.
斧を背負った戦士様かい。荷車を押すのを手伝ってくれてね。
Oh, is he trying to be a true hero? Is he just trying to help as many people as he can? Because he also doesn't have the sword of
なくなっ
heroes.
ていたところを助けてもらったんです。
But he can still do good.
暴れ牛を止めてくれてね。
たくさん人助けしている。シュタルク様があんなエッチな薬をもらって喜ぶようなはずが。
He wants the Super Berry Special. Do they have it here? Legit though, on my birthday, I used to love to go to Dairy Queen and get a Blizzard. My birthday's in March, so they would always have like mint chocolate. Like I would always get mint Oreo because for St. Patrick's Day they would have mint ice cream.
シュタルク様。
And the mint Oreo ones were so good.
僕もポッパイみたいだ。
Damn it, Stark.
マジかよ。
There's
こっちはうんこだ。
now I see why this episode is so highly rated on IMDb.
後でフェルンに教えてやろう。
リアクションに困る
Fern
よ。
loves boobies and turds.
シュタルク様。
フェルン、ちょうどいいところにあの雲
Look,
さ。
a turd.
すみません。なんでもないです。ねえ、なんで怒ってん
Turds,
の？
turds,
俺なん
turds,
かした？
turds. Frieren got you something you actually probably would have really enjoyed.
シュタルク様。何か欲しいものとかありますか。
Turd. I mean boobs. I mean turd.
シュタルク様の誕生日だからです。
そうだっけ？それと欲しいものに何の関係があるんだ？
Has he never received a birthday
シュタル
gift?
ク様の誕生日プレゼントです。
え？何かくれんの？俺、誕生日にプレゼ
Oh
ント
wow,
と
he
かもらったこ
hasn't.
とがないんだ。死んだ故郷の家族からも師匠からももらったこと
Oh,
がない
why'd you have to
から。
word it like that? My dead family.
そういった風習だったのですか。
いや、 単に俺が大事にされていなかったんだろう。
And then they up and died. Actually, they're still alive. They're just dead to me because they never gave me a fucking birthday present.
魔物相手に何たるざまだ。
I see.
シュトルツ
Okay.
を見習え。怪我どころか。返り血一つ、泥一つさえ跳ねていない。汚れ一つない白いマントは、この村最強の戦士の証。
Okay.
それに比べてシュタルク。
Oh,
あいつは失
no.
敗作だ。毎日あれだけ修
Oh,
行
it's
して
starting to
いる
rain.
というのに
My white cloak.
まだ一
It's gonna
度
get
も魔
wet.
物とまともに戦えていない。
シュタルク、
兄貴、ごめん。
いい集中。
Aw, his brother does seem cool.
きっと強くなる。でも少し構えが悪いな。
It's the dad that sucks.
でも
Yeah. I told you those oh, demons.
俺は故郷が魔族に襲われた時、
Oh
そんな兄
no.
貴も見捨てて逃げちまえば逃げてばかりの失敗作だ。
And
ヒンメルだったらきっと逃げなかった。
see, I also have to say, and I know Frieren probably didn't tell them all about her time with Flamma, but what was the one thing Flamma said? Get the fuck out of there, right? Like, I would have ran. Like, if I saw those demons, like, I'd be gone. And yet Flamma is considered, you know, legendary mage, like the goat, basically, right? Remembered 1,000 years later. And that was her whole thing. Like, you got to run away, form a plan. And now here Stark is beating himself up for doing the exact same thing. But in doing that, he lived long enough to get here where he is now facing demons, right? So it's, I don't know, it's like a weird, like, twist of fate kind of thing. I'm trying to think of the right way to put it in words, but it's interesting. It's sad, it's tragic, and at the very least, his brother did seem cool. The dad sucked, but the bro seemed nice. And now I kind of see, like, his whole ethos and everything, wanting to help as many people out as he can to be that true hero, to appease the dead dad, right? Or maybe even just to honor his brother. Maybe he says, fuck my dad, I don't care, I just want to be more like my brother, who I knew had what it took to be a true hero.
プレゼントを選びに行きますよ。過去なんて関係ありません。
Yeah, you're here now.
私の見てきた戦士シュタルクは
Yeah, even though his hands shake. And that's exactly what I was saying, huh?
じゃあこれにしようかな。
それは高いからね。
はい。
We ain't rich. I'll let you pick out anything. Okay, a silver one. Okay. Yo, we having Bergs again?
遅かったね。フリーレン様、何ですかこのバカみたいなでかい
Oh,
ハンバーグ
they are.
何言ってんだよ。誕生日と言ったらこれだろ。
Happy Berg Day
プ
to
レゼントは
you.
くれなかったけど、誕生日のハンバーグだけは作ってくれたな。
Aw.
そういえば誰かの誕生日のたびにバカみたいにでかいハンバーグを作っているけど、これ何なの？
これは俺の地方の風習でな。精一杯頑張った戦士をねぎらうための贈り物だ。
Listen, I love me a Berg. Not gonna lie.
たちは戦士じゃないぞ。
頑張った者は皆戦士だ。
Aw. I work hard editing these videos. Does that make me a warrior?
兄貴、何作ってんだ？
ハンバーグ。誕生日だろ。
See,
親父たちには内緒だぜ。
he did receive a gift.
逃げろ、シュタルク。
Oh, and his brother told him to.
お前は生きるんだ。
See, there is an honor in it sometimes, right? I told the episode earlier, get to the emotional bits, and fucking here we are.
アイゼンからレシピをもらったんだよね。
Oh, that's what that was.
おいしい？
あ、
Oh. And look how proud she is of it.
あとこれ、まだ少し残っているから。
また頭からかけますよ。フリーレン様。
あ、何そ
Don't worry about it.
貴重な薬だよ。
れ。どういう？
Don't worry about it. Damn, he didn't even know!
いやだからなんでだって。
Oh, this episode was great. I'm not alright. I can hear you. That was delightful. In a completely different way that the last one was. Because they're driving by spraying for mosquitoes right now. I doubt the microphone's picking it up, but I hear that hum, and I know that's what that is. So I'm glad, why would I be outside at this time? But I'm glad I'm not outside. That episode was delightful in a way unlike the last episode, because the last episode, God, and this show just keeps finding new ways to be excellent, right? The last episode, we had these philosophical questions of, well, maybe not kind of philosophical, of we met someone older than Frieren who has presumably done just as good, if not greater deeds than Frieren did. And everyone has forgotten the things that he has done. And he's kind of chill with that. Whereas we find Frieren, who is still at a point in her life where people do remember the things that she has done. And that, she's kind of living to not necessarily preserve the legacy for herself, but for Himmel, the true hero of the party, right? As the episode implies. So we kind of get these, these differing points of view between Croft and Frieren, right? And how he's kind of made peace with it, but he's still kind of living to honor the goddess and everything, because I mean, I guess to him, she's the only one who remembers his deeds, right? Because he said when he dies, he wants to go to heaven and say, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant," right? I'm paraphrasing. That's a little more biblical than what he said, but kind of the same thing. Whereas this episode, we really delved into really, a little bit of Himmel in the first half, but then also greatly into Stark in the second. And I've always wanted to know more about him, and I really thought he was going to go for the sword. That really seemed to fuck him up that he saw that the sword was still there. And what an incredible twist that Himmel was not able to pull the sword. Because, and once again, just goes to show how good the storytelling is, that any trope that comes up in the show just gets thrown completely out the window. Nope, Himmel doesn't need Excalibur because he's too good for it. He doesn't need it. Maybe no one is ever going to be able to pull that sword, right? And the truth is, we didn't need it. If Himmel didn't need it, we certainly don't, right? And any other series would be of course it was Himmel who pulled the sword. And here I thought it was going to go the exact way I did. He came back when he was older and put the sword back, knowing that someone else would need to make use of it. And that maybe they would maybe they learn the lesson that a real hero knows to pass things on to the next generation, which would have still been somewhat turning that trope on its head, in that he would know that someone else would need it, and it's not just for him, that he's not the only hero, right? Which, like I said, I still think that could have been a powerful little point to make, but just the fact that they just straight up said no hero sword here, don't need it. Which, immediately did carry over to the second half of the episode, where we saw Stark kind of on his own, helping everybody he could find in the town, but then laughing at the cloud that looked like titties, right? Some wild emotional swings in this episode, folks. The potion that dissolves the clothes, the titty and poop clouds, all of that. But then, the core of why Stark does what he does and everything. And of course, ending it with a run to Whataburger, as a Texan I approve. But yeah, just a really good episode. I didn't know 100% what I was in for. I assumed it was going to be emotional, but they kind of got me on both ends there. Both Himmel being completely unswayed by not being able to pull the sword, and just he turned back around with a smile on his face and said, well, okay then, doesn't matter because I'm still going to be a hero. And then everything with Stark in the back half, his kind of backstory on his town and his village, a short, sad but sweet little story, right? And hey, if there's one thing I learned, it's that burgers are worth celebrating with. Like I said, yeah, as a Texan, we love our Whataburger here. And I was joking in the past episodes watching Fern eat down a burg that was bigger than her head. Now here we go with these ones that are this big around. I don't even know if I could eat a burger that big. Granted, I know there was no bun, it was just the meat, right? I hope Frieren seasoned it well. I would assume since she got the recipe from Aizen that, Aizen at least knew what he was doing. That seemed to be a warrior's kind of dish. But just, yeah, good episode. I don't have much else to say. Just, it was damn solid, start to finish. Not really a dull moment, except when they were fighting those wolves, those monsters outside the village. Like I said, just like my brain has been completely broken saying like, get that shit out of here. Just have people talk about their feelings for a little bit and show me a little glimpse of the past, and I'm good and I can go on my way. Thank you very much. 10 out of 10 episode. But hey, I want to know what you thought about this episode, because this show really doesn't miss, does it, folks? Even this last episode, which it hasn't hit the public yet. I do sometimes like to talk about how these videos do. The most recent one that hit the live feed was a Powerful Mage, which was a 1 out of 10 for YouTube. So thank y'all for watching that one. Hope you came back for episode 11. I have a feeling that one's not going to be as successful as episode 10. But in terms of my enjoyment out of them, there hasn't been an episode that I've felt was slow or just kind of mediocre since maybe episode 5-ish. Maybe episode 3. And see, it's been so long, I don't even remember what was in episode 3 off the top of my head. That wasn't the flowers one with the statue. I think that was the one where that was Qual. That wasn't a bad episode. No, silly me. That was not a bad episode at all. That episode rocked. I think maybe episode 5 might have been the slowest, kind of least great one, even though it was still good. But just since then, it's been hit after hit after hit. Like this show's just phenomenal, folks. And I know that eventually I will get an episode that doesn't sit quite as well with me, but I'm just blown away by the consistency and the quality of the show. Super glad to be watching it. For a channel that doesn't do a ton of anime stuff, I like to really pick and choose the anime stuff that I do. Absolutely no complaints about this one so far. Absolutely happy to have this included on the channel. And I hope, once again, you're enjoying these reactions as well. So hey, let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like on your way out, and I'll catch you next time for the next episode of Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Take it easy, everybody.